As I'm sure many who are joining us today will know, Seceon is known for its comprehensive threat detection and response platform. And what we're really trying to do is ensure that our partners can gain access to cutting edge technology in a way that is easy to deploy.
Thank you. Great. So my name's Peter Christou. And if you don't know me, I'm based in the UK and I manage the European operation for Seceon. The biggest partner we have in Europe is Exertis, who are an $8 billion IT distributor and services company, very much focused on cybersecurity. Now, recently, Exertis announced the launch of a managed service, which is powered by Seceon. And I'm very pleased that today I've got two executives from the company. I've got Geoff and Dom. Guys, would you like to introduce yourselves to the audience?
Yep, I'll go first. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, so great to be here. Thank you very much for the invite as well and the opportunity to be involved. My name's Dominic. I'm the Sales and Commercial Director for our security or cybersecurity division, which is part of Exertis Enterprise.
Brilliant. Thanks, Peter. Hi, guys. Geoff Towns here. So I head up our services division based in the UK, but providing services across the globe. Yes, we are a distributor providing services, which may be new to some people, but we're there to enable our channel. We're there to enable our partners. I've been with the business now just over 17 years, coming from a security and networking background myself.
Great. Thanks, Geoff. So, Dom, I'll start with you. It'd be great to hear a bit about your relationship with Seceon, the driving force behind you launching a managed service, and why you chose to build this around Seceon.
Yeah, so I won't steal too much of Geoff's thunder because I know he's got a couple of slides that he's going to go through shortly to articulate our SOC messaging. But yeah, I guess just talking to the partnership a little bit. So the partnership between our two companies started in 2023, and really that's been built on a shared vision of delivering what we would class as advanced yet scalable cybersecurity solutions to a much broader market of partners that we deal with. We have a very strong distribution landscape and network both in the UK and also across EMEA as well. We have extensive industry expertise dating for more than 30 years in the cybersecurity market. And what we're really trying to do here is bring Seceon's AI-driven security solution to resellers and MSPs across those regions. As I'm sure many who are joining us today will know, Seceon is known for its comprehensive threat detection and response platform. And what we're really trying to do is ensure that our partners can gain access to cutting edge technology in a way that is easy to deploy, it's easy to manage, particularly in that managed security services environment as well, which is critical. And really the collaboration between us enables us to service a bunch of resellers and partners to deliver very precise and very proactive threat detection and response capabilities, helping them to safeguard their environments from a number of sophisticated attacks which we're seeing today. So the decision to build a managed SOC offering was a relatively easy one, I would say. With the increased complexity and the volume of cyber attacks that we're seeing today, there's definitely a lot of partners who are struggling to maintain the necessary in-house expertise or the response capabilities that are needed to manage their security effectively. And our SOC fills that gap. So Geoff will go into a lot more detail in a few moments, but from my perspective, we're essentially empowering our partners to deliver advanced security services to their customers. We're enabling them to enhance their stack, their security stack as well. They're clearly going to make a bit more money from that. And we're also improving the overall threat resilience across the board as well. And really, from my perspective, having worked together for probably a little bit longer than a year now, year and a half, having Seceon underpin our SOC capability means that we're utilizing cutting edge technology ourselves. So the use of AI, machine learning technology, it enables us to automate at scale as well. And we can ensure that the partners and the customers that we're working with, we're preventing the breaches before they can cause any damage or harm, essentially. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a bit of a flavour of our partnership and our decision to underpin our SOC with Seceon.
Right, thanks, Dom. Sounds like a great partnership.
Yeah.
I think so too. So, Geoff, as head of services, it'd be great to talk a bit about the division, because you've been in services for a long time. You're not new to it. I mean, you're launching a new managed service, but you've been around for a long time. So, it'd be great to hear a little bit about the history of the services division, how you plan to use the managed service, and how you can help and support smaller MSSPs and VARs who want to join the MSP market. And then I think we'll have a poll to see how many people want to use you. Thanks.
Sounds good, Peter. Thank you so much. Hopefully you can see my screen okay. So I'm just gonna move on a slide, if that's all right, and jump into it and answer some of those questions as I go. So as you said, I've been in services a number of years now, and throughout my 17 years with Exertis, we have had for that entire time a service desk and multiple service desks. That's evolved over the years from attack service into NOC services, break fix services and response, into fully managed services. And the next evolution of that for us is into a true security operations center. So, I mean, as you mentioned and Dom said as well, it's there to enable our partners and enable our channel. We as an organization have a large footprint. You mentioned the size of the business. Exertis are owned by DCC Technology. DCC being a FTSE 100 organization headquartered out of Dublin, Ireland. The technology division of DCC is predominantly branded as Exertis. And within that sits myself, services, and Dom's business, the cybersecurity business as well. And we work very closely together to enable our partners to provide the best level of service to their end users and the end users themselves. Now, as a distributor, obviously, we're working within the channel, but when it comes to service delivery, we are able to and do offer the services to be delivered direct to the end user. So all procurement is through the channel. It's there as an enablement piece, but service can be delivered direct. Services are delivered out of our different UK and Ireland service centres. You can see on the map there, I've got 5 listed. In actual fact, there's a couple more than that. But this is where truly in-house with Exertis staff, we're offering the 24/7, 365 security services and our managed detection and response service that's wrapped up within our Exertis SOC brand. You can see here, we've got our services lifecycle. Now, our services lifecycle, as I mentioned, has evolved over the years, and it's something that we're very proud of. Within that, you can see I've highlighted SOC at the bottom. So this is something that, as I say, is relatively new and powered by Seceon. So this allows us to really take the amazing product set that there is, and it is a product set, and start to wrap that and make it usable and bring that to the end user market. So our SOC service is in our southern office. We've got resilience across multiple locations in the UK and I. We've got the accreditations that you would expect the engineers and the resource and the centres to hold as well, allowing us to deliver that monitor, detect, investigate, remediate service that isn't just automated, but is then overlaid by that human intervention and that true security analyst as well. Now, the solution itself, as I say, is powered by and really driven by the Seceon portfolio, in addition to a few other different products and platforms that we have, either homegrown platforms, but also monitoring platforms. So that allows us to really bolster the service. So really, in partnership with Seceon, it's these 3 areas, and I know this is driving for Seceon as well, and it's around the tools that we're using. Okay, so making sure that we've got those correct products and those tool sets behind us. Making sure that the processes are in place and utilising, as I'm sure most people know on here, about the run books, but also the analysts and the history and the other platforms that we could be using for monitoring devices, and wrapping that together with a third pillar being the team and the people themselves, and having that in-house manned, not remote, not automated team of security analysts with many years under their belt to be able to allow the platform to perform a quick remediation, and you'll see some SLAs in a minute, but then overlay that and really add that extra level of intelligence to make sure that the decisions that have been made and the actions implemented are correct. And if anything then needs to be mitigated or changed after that manually, it allows us to then packagize this and work with the client or with their MSP or with their service provider. And that may well be ourselves as well, that's then doing further adds, moves, changes and configuration updates to other components within the network to ensure that that customer is protected. When it comes on to the services itself, now this is very similar to, I guess, Harman's presentation a moment ago, where we're looking at some of the key features of the Seceon portfolio. But what we've done is we've taken that and we've then, as I say, tried to bolster it. We've added things in like proactive device monitoring, using SNMP, having the bespoke queries of devices, and using this not only for the channel as a proactive sales tool, but also as a preventative maintenance element, so we can understand what's happening to the device, as well as utilizing the Seceon portfolio to understand what's transitioning and transacting through the device, making sure they're protected, allocating dedicated technical account managers to have regular reviews to understand what's the customer doing, how are they trying to evolve their business and grow, and what can we do to be ahead of the curve and make sure that we're all on the same page. We try to become an extension of the end user, an extension of the partner, to really be able to add that security wrap around their organization. When it comes to the service itself, we have multiple options. You can see here I put two options up and two flavors. I won't go through and read every single item to you, but as I heard, the slides and the recording will be shared. But here you can see we've got Exertis SOC and SOC Advanced. There will be more options coming, and there will be additional bolt-ons coming as well as the platform evolves and the service from within Exertis. But in addition, depending on other environments and products within a customer's network, that we can add additional service wrap around. So we can take the basic SOC offering and then have a number of items maybe removed or reduced, but then you can enhance that by taking the advanced option. And we can then start to include the device monitoring, the proactive elements, dedicated account managers. And as I say, through bolt-ons, we can then look at additional products, whether that be from, let's say, the Scorecard 360, whether it be a third party or a cyber insurance package, to make sure that everyone's got everything they need to go to their customer with a true offering that's really fit for their needs, and it becomes bespoke. When it comes to SLAs, you can see here from the service desk that we've actually split the SLAs into two parts. We've got the remediation, and then we've got the analysis as well. So we then grouped P1s and 2s and wrapped the same SLAs around those. So when it comes to remediation, and being powered by Seceon allows us to offer that near real-time automated remediation, we can then move into the SOC analysis, and that's where we get the security consultant actually reviewing what's happened, making sure that we're confident with the steps that are taken, and anything else that we see fit and we can advise to be done. That then comes with just a 2-hour SLA. But the important piece is that near real-time remediation. And as you can see, that's grouped to P1 and P2s, and as we then scale down through P3s, then into P4s, the SLA start to open up. Again, depending on the devices that are out there, we've got critical alerts on critical assets, major alerts. So we then start to group these. Now, when we hopefully we'll have some follow-on conversations from this with channel partners to either provide the service to yourself and enable yourselves, or to help you grow your business, maybe from just a pure sharing of information. We then have more detailed documentation behind this that then really drives into what do we deem as the responses, what do we deem as the critical devices, to make sure that everybody is fully aware of the service level that's to be received. Overall, I'm really excited about this. I'm pretty sure Peter is as well. It's something that's been a long time in the making, a lot of training, a lot of work behind it. As I say, we've had a service offering now for many years, and this is just an evolution of that. So it's taking those individuals, allowing them the ability to provide that analyst service to our clients and really help bolster our channel offerings. It is a 24/7 service. We don't rely and dictate that our partner needs to be 24/7. As I said at the beginning, we can deliver service direct. So therefore, suddenly we're opening up a true MSP, managed detection response service, to the entire channel overnight by utilizing the Exertis SOC offering. Thank you very much, Peter.
Thanks, Geoff. A couple of questions, if you don't mind me asking. So as an IT distributor, are you in a position to provide the CCs or any other hardware requirements that the partner will need to run the service?
Yeah, without a doubt. So as you say, being a distributor, we've got a whole raft of products within our portfolio, going from hardware through into software and other services, and that really puts us in a strong position to be able to offer the partner every element and every component that they may require. We can then wrap additional services around those if required, and in some of those instances where perhaps we may say, in actual fact, we've detected something, we've remediated it, but these are the steps and advice we take. That could then come to us. If we provided other parts of the solution within their environment, we can then move that into a fully managed service and really become a true extension of that organization. So to answer your question, yes, we can provide all the components from hardware, software, and service that would be needed.
Right. Does service include professional services, training, for example, that's going to be required by the partner?
Exactly that. So going back to my life cycle slide earlier, which everyone will be able to digest afterwards, that starts off from pre-sales and our pre-sales offering, and offering that service into the channel to really make sure that we're scoping, speccing, designing the correct solution for the end user, and not what people want to sell, but what the customer requires. Then into deployment services, whether they're remote deployments or on-site deployments. Depending on size of deployments, we've got project management services as well to wrap around that. Basic project coordination, project management, and program management for large-scale deployments as well. And that then takes us into our training and education service as well. So this is where we provide end-user and channel-based training for both our own bespoke courses, but also vendor-accredited sessions.
Great, thanks.
And our in-life services maintain, manage,
Yeah.
is reactive, maintain services, and fully managed, and obviously now the SOC solution.
Right. So as a master MSSP, if you like, do you have a target market of VARs in terms of size, or MSPs in size, that you want to support, or does it not matter how big the MSP is or the VAR is? You can absorb them all.
Yeah, no, from my perspective, it doesn't matter. I mean, we're there to enable our channel. And if anyone, and I quite regularly get asked, sort of, what sector do you really work in? What's your sweet spot? There isn't. It's based on the technology and the need. And if there's a client that comes to us, a relatively small MSP with a small end user, 1, 3, 5 users, really small businesses, not a problem whatsoever. But it's been built in such a way, and your tool set has allowed this to then scale up into the thousands as well at ease, and then allow people to scale and evolve their business and not impact the service, whether they go through peaks of devices and endpoints, and then we can scale.
شوف الحين هذا واحد ضيف.
Can we block that? Can we block Khaled? Geoff, can you hear me still?
Yeah. You.
So initially, my understanding is your target market is really Europe, Middle East, and Africa. That's your focal point. What happens if you have interest? I mean, we've got audiences from all over the world here. What happens if somebody from, I don't know, India or other parts of the world want to use you as a service? We've just run a poll. I haven't got the figures in front of me, but I think the question was, would you be interested in using the Exertis managed service? I think we've got something like 85% or 89% saying they would. So there's a lot of interest in your service. And I think it'd be great to for you to say, let's supposing companies in the audience are interested in talking to you. They're not in Europe. Would you talk to them?
100%, without a doubt, yes. And we do today. So we have a number of clients across the globe. Yes, we're a UK and Ireland based and delivered service centre and centres. We have multilingual web chat services available for on-the-fly translations, and that's advertised. We have telephone, web portal, and email services available. It's reactive and proactive service. So we will reach out to clients as well as clients talking to us. And although it's delivered from those regions, it's not only delivered to those regions. We have clients today out into the Americas and across the globe that are utilising our services. So 100%, yes, we'll have those conversations. Right. I don't know if Dom,
sorry. Yeah, Dom, do you want to add anything to that? And then I've got another question. I'm sorry about the questions, but I think they're of interest to the audience.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, from my perspective, I think we're trying to support and enable as many partners as possible, because there's definitely a stack of partners out there that don't have the in-house capabilities to do this. They definitely don't have the knowledge or the skill in-house. We can be that extension for them. And likewise at the top end, so the enterprise deployments, they might want somebody else to do it or offer different eyes on glass as well, and it's a different viewpoint and a perspective for their customers. So I think we sort of meet everybody where they are in the security journey.
Yeah, and just to add on to that as well, Peter, I've had again over the years many clients say, look, we'd love to utilize the services, Geoff, but ultimately our goal is to do this ourselves. And that's absolutely fine. Let's work with these people. Let's try and enable them, utilize the service, build up a client base, build that recurring revenue into your business, and let's help you get to that point where you can flick it across and take it in-house. And we're there to, as I said, offer what's right into the channel and enable our partners. And we're not there to compete with the channel.
Right. And that's a good point, because I know you mentioned end users, but I think what you were implying was that you will provide the service to the end user on behalf of the partner, because you're 100% partner, you're 100% channel, you don't work through end users. The other question I was going to ask you, you're a huge organization, and some of your customers are going to be small SMB channels who are no good at marketing or sales, and they lack those skills. You've got a big marketing department. Is part of your service going to be helping them with positioning themselves, doing mail shots, wording, and so on, or aren't you going to get involved in helping them with the marketing side?
Yeah,
because their success is your success, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we can definitely help in that department. You know, we have a big marketing function that's based out of the UK. That particular function supports our European colleagues as well. So anything that we're creating from a marketing perspective, we always create it in the mindset that this will be shared globally. A lot of the assets are probably created, so it's a case of white labeling them, or regenerating the assets in conjunction with the partner so that we can tweak the messaging so it might be specific for a particular vertical market or what have you. So yeah, there's plenty of support on offer for partners that again don't have those capabilities in-house as well.
Thanks, Tom. So there's a question for you, Geoff, on the questions and answers. If you can click on that and maybe answer that. Someone's asking for discounts already and not even signed up with you.
Yeah, and Geoff, if you want to talk about that by verbalizing it, that will be perfect. Then everybody will get to hear.
No, so just reading your question there. So so notice you offer both Exertis SOC and Exertis SOC Advanced, but customers often request the advanced service at the price of the standard service. So services for me, as I say, I've always been in it, it's about giving customer choice. I always try and build out what I'd say is a good, better, best model, and that gives the ability for the client to understand and look at what's needed. In that instance, I guess it would be more around having a conversation to understand what's their need more than what's the price, because you could take potentially the lower level and then have some bolt-ons that really tailor it to their needs, or we take the upper level and we go, actually, we don't need those additional bolt-ons, and really demonstrate the value of the service. So yeah, always open to conversation without a doubt, but I think it's important to understand what the actual end user technical requirement is before we start.
Thanks, Tim. My answer as a sales guy would be, can you give me the order next week and I'll do it. So Dom and Geoff, I really appreciate your contribution to our Innovation Day today.